Hello friends, and welcome back to another video. If you're new here, hello, my name is Erin. I'm a homeschooling mom to 3 kids, and we are located in Pennsylvania. We just completed our 8th year of homeschooling. And with that being said, the point of this video is to help you fellow Pennsylvanians or anyone that is curious about the final steps in the year that we take to officially complete our homeschool year. So Pennsylvania is a highly regulated state as far as homeschool laws go, and if you want to know the full homeschool laws and regulations for Pennsylvania, I would highly suggest hopping on to HSLDA. You can click the state of Pennsylvania and it will lay out all of the rules and regulations for you. I thought that I would hop on and sort of walk step by step for you with the steps that I take at the end of the year to complete our homeschool year. I filmed a video similar to this years ago, and I will link that somewhere up here, and also I will link it down below. And all of the steps are exactly the same. Nothing has changed as far as I know. And so with that being said, I will continue the same steps that I did in that video. I just thought it would update it a little bit for you to the current state of our family at this point. And so we are currently about to complete step number 1, which is to set up our end of year evaluations with a certified evaluator and have that completed. So then we can take that paperwork into the school district and hand that into the school office. I believe it's July 31st that I have to have that officially submitted to the school district office. I will pop up text if I'm incorrect on that date. So our evaluations are scheduled for this Wednesday. And so I am in the process of assembling the portfolios for each of my kids to take to that evaluation. And in step number 2, I will include a little more information about the portfolios and what I am required to include in those and what I take with us to our evaluations. But for this step right now, step number 1, I would just say that it's important to find a certified evaluator for your school district and to set up your final year evaluation appointments with that evaluator. My evaluator I have found through word of mouth. So I found my initial evaluator that I first used for the first couple years from a recommendation from a friend who I trust, and she's homeschooled for a few years longer than I have. And so I reached out to her and asked her who she used, and that's who I used for the first year or 2. And then from there, that evaluator actually asked if she could pass my information on to one of her friends who was starting to sort of compile a list of families that she would like to evaluate. She had been a school teacher and she had decided to stay home and homeschool her kids. And so she became a certified evaluator, so she in turn could stay home with her kids, homeschool them, and also help other homeschool families in the area. And so that is who we currently meet with. And so I just reach out to her by text message each year, usually at the beginning of May. That's when she releases her schedule. And I pick time slots that work for my children and my family. And we already have that scheduled. I reached out to her about 3 weeks ago. I think it's been now 2 to 3 weeks. And so we have that scheduled for Wednesday. And so that's how I have found my evaluator. So I would say a few ways that you can find one if you are currently looking is by word of mouth. Just ask trusted friends, moms, someone in co-op, in your church, whoever is a trusted friend of yours that has homeschooled. I would just reach out to them and ask them who they use, and then contact the evaluator, make sure they're certified for your school district. Another way that I have heard people finding evaluators is on Facebook. I'm not currently on Facebook, but I know there are multiple search engines that you can use on there that maybe will help you find an evaluator for your area. I also reached out to my evaluator, I think it was last year, and asked her for some resources because I had a friend asking for some because she was looking for an evaluator, and she gave me a specific group on Facebook that is used to find evaluators, and if I can find that, I will link that down below for you as well. And I believe it's a certain page that's dedicated specifically to finding homeschool evaluators. So that's also a really a really good tool that you could use as well. You could also reach out to your school district, just reach out to the school office and ask them if they have any recommendations for homeschool evaluators that you could use for your area. So that completes step number 1. That would be to find an evaluator for the end of the year and make sure you schedule quickly with them because they do fill up. Everyone's trying to get in to turn in all of their paperwork needed for the end of the year. So step number 1 is checked off, and we will be moving on to step number 2. And so now we are on to step number 2, and this is to organize our homeschool portfolios. Now this can be done throughout the school year as you're going along, and I always tell myself to organize and store subject papers or papers by subject as we go along, but I never end up really doing it very well. So it's okay though. At the end of the school year, it enables me to sort of go back and see everything that we did, which is sort of fun because some things I've forgotten about. And anyway, so they just want to see snippets of work from beginning, middle, and end of school year for each subject that you taught your children throughout the school year. And so I organize one notebook per child with an assortment of different papers from their subjects. And then I let her look through each notebook with each child. They talk about it a little bit, and then we sort of wrap it up there. And it's really neat for her to be able to go through each notebook with each child and talk about their school year. And so that's going to complete step 2 for us. We have our portfolios all assembled and ready to go for our evaluations. If you have any questions, please leave them down below and I will answer them as best as I know how. We will be in touch for the next step.
Thank you. You going back to get yours? Yeah. Okay.
Are you excited?
Yes.
Yes. Eden, where are you?
There's like 3
Hi.
Hi.
It's your first evaluation, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. What are you looking forward to?
I don't know. I'm excited.
Excited?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right. So we just pulled in. So we're going to get all of our stuff together and we're going to head in to get our evaluations checked off. All right. We'll check in after. Bye. All done.
Yay!
Yay! Cheers.
Yay! I can't reach.
Cheers.
Cheers. I can't reach
Here,
my
apple
hand.
juice.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers. Everything went really well. We are leaving now. We were in there for a little over an hour and talked about everything. You have coffee on your nose. So we are all done.
Yes.
So step number 3 is to have your evaluations and get all your papers checked off. So check mark for us. Yay!
Yay.
Hey guys, so today I am sitting down to film step number 4 and to talk about that a little bit. There's not a ton to talk about. So step number 3 was we completed our homeschool evaluations, and so I received the papers that my evaluator signed off on. I'll pop a picture in here somewhere that shows you just a general idea of what she hands to me at the end of the evaluation process. And that is what I'm required to take and turn into the school office just to confirm that our evaluations are done, any state testing was done that needed to be done. And then I also, at the same time that I turn those papers in, I also turn in my papers for the beginning of the next school year. So that is actually what I'm working on right now. And I'm not gonna show you that because this video is mainly about end of year steps and how we complete our year. But I am also going to film a separate video that shows you the forms that I fill out to take in for the beginning of the school year. I filmed one of those videos a few years ago and I feel like it's been very helpful to some people. And so I wanted to go ahead and film an updated one. Even though everything is pretty much the same, I did just want to update the video a little bit because my kids are a bit older now. And yes, so that'll be a separate video. So if you're interested in beginning of year paperwork and steps and things like that, then I will film a separate video regarding that. And in the meantime, if you want to, I can link the one from the previous year that I filmed, that maybe that will help you in the meantime. But anyway, so right now I am just getting all of those papers together. Tomorrow I'm going to run to the bank to get the beginning of year form notarized. And so then after that, I'll head to the school office and turn everything in. So step number 4, I'll just round it out and say step number 4 is to take your evaluation paper to the school office for your child or your children and turn that in. And just to clarify, the school district that you take it to is the one that you have your children registered in to homeschool. So the school district that you live in. And obviously your children have to be registered as homeschoolers. So if they're not, then well, I don't know what to tell you there. I guess you'll just need to reach out to the school office and see what you need to do about that. But obviously your children should be registered in the school district if you're homeschooling them or if they have attended school in the past. And so yeah, that's gonna wrap up our evaluation, homeschool, and that's how we end our school year. And those are all the steps that we take to check off a homeschool year. So just to recap, step number 1 was to find an evaluator and to schedule your evaluation meetup time. Step number 2 is to compile and gather all of the items that you will be taking to show your evaluator. So a portfolio, notebook, whatever it may be that you've gathered, get all of that together. You will need that for each of your children and take it with you to your appointment time with your evaluator. Step number 3 is to actually attend the evaluation and have your evaluator evaluate your student, your child, and then have them sign off on the evaluation form. And then step number 4 is to take that signed evaluation form to your school district office where your children are registered and turn that in. And now we can officially start counting some summer days as some learning time. And that's super exciting because I'm all about enjoying the summertime break and just enjoying very relaxed learning as we spend lots of time together with family and friends, neighbors, and all of those lovely summer things. So thank you all for watching. If you have any questions at all, please leave them down below. I will do my best to answer them. And if I do not have an answer for you, I will do my best to find out an answer for you and respond. I do read all of my comments, so please leave me any questions that you may have down below. And we will be talking very, very soon.